Hey everyone, and welcome to From Lab to Life, the podcast series where the people behind the innovation finally get the microphone. First off, thank you so much for the amazing response to our first two episodes. Roxanne and Beatrice set the bar high, and I'm thrilled to say today's guest is bringing the same passion, heart, and energy. He is young, driven, incredibly insightful, and part of one of Europe's most exciting research projects, Concerto Project. Joining us today is Luca Carotenuto. Luca, welcome and thanks for being here. Let's kick off with this. How does it feel being on this podcast?
Hi, Nikki, and hi, everyone. I'm truly honored to be here on your podcast today. Thank you for inviting me. I find this initiative fascinating and original, and I'm sure the audience appreciates the fresh perspective you're bringing. So, personally, I'm very excited to share my journey and insights, and hopefully, they will inspire someone listening today.
You are too kind, Luca. I already love how this is going, and I think we are going to inspire more than someone. So, who is Luca outside the project world? Tell us a little more about yourself and where this all started.
Yes, of course. I'm Luca. I'm 28 years old. I'm a mechanical engineer for energy and environment. And originally, I come from a small village on the coast between Rome and Naples. But nowadays, I live in Pompeii, the modern city, of course. And I feel so lucky because every morning I wake up to a breathtaking view of Mount Vesuvius from my living room, which is both humbling and inspiring. I moved to Naples to study at the Federico II University, and in 2020 I joined LEONARDO through their first academy, where professors and engineers introduced me to the world of aeronautics, digitalization, and electrification. Basically, that experience paved the way for my current role in the company as project manager in advanced research area. And I'm now engaged in the Clean Aviation program, especially for Concerto project, of course, which ultimately is the attempt to keep up the pace with technology disruption, providing our society with unprecedented carbon neutral innovations, yet guaranteeing the highest safety standards.
So, from thriving and sophisticated Roman city Pompeii to clean aviation, it's very interesting how your story combines beautiful and historical places, technical growth, and purpose. What sparked your passion for aviation? What's the origin story?
Well, of course, my passion for aviation began when I was just a child. I still remember the thrill of watching for the first time the Frecce Tricolori, the Italian aerobatic team, and it was pure magic. From that moment, I dreamed of helping pilots to fly higher and faster. And other than that, curiosity and ambition have always driven me, along with a growing awareness of climate change and the need to make a difference for future generations. And I guess this commitment became clear during my interviews at Leonardo, which led me to join the Clean Aviation program. And now, as a project manager for Concerto, my role is to support and guide our technical team to achieve the ambitious goals on time, within budgets, and with the highest quality. But I'm also committed in communicating the project's impact within the company and, of course, in fostering innovation.
That's a cinematic moment right there. You staring up at the sky, thinking, okay, one day I will be part of this. And now here you are, Luca, helping shape the future of aviation. So, has there been a moment in the project that really stood out? A highlight or fun story?
Well, I won't hide it. At the beginning, it was quite tough. The project is ambitious, the rules are complex, and the consortium includes many partners, even the European Union Aviation Safety Agency. But I also soon realized that what once intimidated me is not what makes me feel most engaged. For For example, the collaboration with our partners is just incredible, and my team is fantastic. Every meeting is not just about work, but it's also about sharing experiences and having fun together. One of the funniest moments happened during our last meeting in Rome. In the evening, we all gathered for a social dinner at a traditional Italian restaurant. And as soon as we sat down, the waiters started bringing out huge platters of appetizers, followed by three huge bowls of pasta. The pasta was delicious, of course, and by the end of the third bowl, we were all completely full, sure that dinner was over. But then, to our surprise, the waiters came out with two more types of pasta, and just when we thought we couldn't eat another bite, they brought out also dessert as well. So it was a true Italian feast and a great reminder also that in Italy dinner is never really over until the last course is served. So at the end we laughed a lot. We laughed a lot that night, and it really brought the team together.
Oh, look, I still laugh every time I think of that dinner. I remember sitting there thinking, okay, that's definitely the last pasta. And then another bowl would arrive, and then dessert, and of course tiramisu. Only in Italy could a 5 course pasta marathon turn into a perfect clean aviation memory. Let's get more technical. So, the work with the EASA and certification must be, of course, complex. Was that intimidating at first?
Well, when I was first assigned to the project, I felt a little bit overwhelmed because my background in certification was quite limited, and I was taking on a big responsibility as representative for Leonardo. But luckily, I had the support of an amazing team. I really would like to mention Giovanni Cilio, who is our high voltage distribution proof of concept leader, but who's both a colleague and a friend, but also all our 13 partners. I remember a meeting. We were trying to figure out how to not slow down the familiarization of EASA with the system, with the high voltage distribution system, despite the lack of data. And after hours of discussion, we managed to find a smart solution based on the collaboration among partners, even from different projects within Clean Aviation, where they were developing different components of the system. So at the end, it all comes down to people. Companies, projects, results are all built on human relationships. So I really want to take this chance to thank everyone involved in Concerto, my colleagues in Leonardo, our partners, Charles and Beatrice, the leaders of the Active Wing and Hydrogen Proof of Concepts, and also EASA, of course, and the JU.
I think this is a great reminder for all of us. Behind every milestone, there is collaboration, trust, and people who lift each other up. Alright, Luca, we have talked tech, teamwork, even pasta. Now let's shift gears and use our imagination a little. If you could invite anyone from the past, a historical figure, a scientist, an engineer to join our team for just one day, who would it be and why?
Okay, that's a tough one. Let me just think about it for a second. Okay. I think I got it. I'd choose Giuseppe Gabrielli, who was a pioneer of Italian aeronautical engineering, and he designed legendary aircrafts like the G212 and even the most famous G91. Was between the 30s and the 60s of the last century. So Gabrielli for sure faced incredible challenges, and he also managed to introduce groundbreaking solutions when no one else dared. So I really can imagine him sitting at our table, fascinated by today's technologies and ready to offer out of the box ideas. And I mean, his legacy and creative spirit would be invaluable as ultimately we work to certify disruptive technologies for the future.
I think this is a brilliant choice. I can almost picture him joining our next review meeting with coffee and blueprints. And to wrap up, please share with us a piece of wisdom you live by.
You know, Nikki, there's an old lady saying that I often remind myself. There is per aspera ad astra. It means literally through hardship to the stars. So if you want to shine, you have to believe in something and fight for it every day through hard study, hard work. Sometimes it's also sacrifice. I mean, that's the only way through which you can truly feel successful. I think that my journey just began. So let me thank you again, Nikki. It was super fun. And goodbye to everyone listening. Just remember that you should never stop believing in your dreams. Every journey starts with a single step, even the one that leads to the stars.
Luca, thank you so much for our discussion, for the honesty, the warmth, and the pasta stories. We need more voices like yours in research, authentic, driven, and human. And to everyone listening, thank you for joining us again. Don't forget, every journey starts with one small step. Stay tuned for the next episode with a very, very special guest. See you soon.